This is the Canadian Witch for the Witch's Voice. This week the topic is rites of passages. I I didn't really remember any regarding witchcraft, but for Wicca, there's some that I remember and that I've seen or lived the rites of passage for certain. So I'm gonna tell you those that I remember. Um, there's the Wickening that is it can be done with a new child, a newborn, or an adult or a teenager, but it can be done usually to a newborn. It is when once the parents have healed from the childbirth, they present the baby to the god and goddess for protection, and it's normally done with both the parents, and usually it would be made if they are part of a coven. The coven would be there um, to celebrate, and there's some gifts that are usual to give to the baby that would be carried out through their life. It could be a stone, a poem, a song, something that when the person grows, they can keep and have a memory of people that were there from the beginning and that cared for them to give gifts. And it can be a small thing, and then after that there would be the first blood or puberty. Usually we call it the first blood, but for guys, I think it would be when the guy, when the young male teenager has his starts to grow hair, like facial hair, body hair. Um, that's when puberty gets in. At that time, there can be a ritual that could be done, a ceremony with the young preteen to celebrate that part in their life, because it really um, shows that you're becoming uh, a grown person. Of course, with girls, you can have your first period at 8 years old, 9 years old. It doesn't make you a grown up or a teenager, but it's a very important part, especially for the girls, because periods are the first blood represents that you are now able to conceive children's, and before that you can't. So that's like a line that you cross in your life. And then after there would be the dedication. Yeah, the dedication, sorry. uh, it wouldn't be done before you start on a year and a day um, path of knowledge that you learn and read, and um, it's when you pretty much tell the god and goddess that you are dedicating your life um, to them, but also to learn about them and to feel them and everything. Then after that, it comes to the I forgot the word. The initiation, sorry. The initiation would be done then after, usually the 1 year and 1 day. It's not an obligation to do a year and a day. I never did it, the year and a day, because I've been reading like pretty much all my life. So it wasn't a specific thing that I was doing, but it could be done after the year and the day when you are really ready to um, to to tell the god and goddess that you have really chosen your path, and it could be considered as the baptism, because you know in your heart that that's what you want to. It's who you are, it's the path that you've chosen, and baptism should be that. So that's what to me it means. um, After that, there would be the hand fasting, which is the wedding. It can be, I know that based on old traditions, it used to be renewed every year. So you could renew your vows every year. Um, I've also read about some persons, some couples that would do a hand fasting as a pre-wedding. Like they would do a informal hand fasting, and then the year after, then they would do another hand fasting, but legally with papers to get married for real. Um, and then with hand fasting comes the, how's it called? The parting of ways. Yeah, the parting of ways is pretty much a divorce, but in a more peaceful way. Of course, you have to get the legal papers to divorce if you legally married, but it's a peaceful way to when you decide that you want to part ways. And I think it's pretty interesting, because if you manage to divorce for a reason that is not that you cannot stand each other anymore and that you just want to strangle each other, but if it's still peaceful in a way, you can celebrate that, and instead of thinking about the bad things that could have happened, it's what you shared together. And then after, there's one last part that I remember of the rites of passages, and it would be for the funeral. uh, the funerals for Wiccans are known that it would be more to celebrate the life of the person, and not uh, concentrate on the grieving of the loss of the person. Of course, it hurts, but so I've been to different funerals where one was extremely sad, and I went to another one that it was more like not a party, but it was more uplifting. And when you're able to smile and laugh and have a good time at a funeral, it feels good, because when you think about it later, you can remember that yes, the person was a good person, and when you think about how it was at the funeral, you can still have a smile on your face and not cry in in such a sadness of that everything that came after the death was sad. So I think it's really interesting. So that's hello. So that's it for this week. Take care, everybody. Bless be. Bye.